third video on the conscious communication approach. I feel like asking you, without further ado, if you ever danced the waltz. Maybe you've done so at your prom or a marriage you were invited to. Normally, when dancing the waltz, one of the partners leads while the other one is being guided through the steps. Conscious communication is a bit like a waltz, except that both participants guide the conversation, each in their turn. Partners take turns in looking at the other's emotion and needs, each time getting closer to the point in the waltz where a request that will satisfy both partners' needs will be agreed upon. In the previous videos, we explored several key principles behind conscious communication. In this video, we will take all those principles, like ingredients in a recipe, and combine them together in 4 separate steps. These steps are the following. 1. Observation. 2. Feelings and emotion. 3. Needs, mine and the other one. And 4. Requests. Let's look at each of these 4 steps. Remember, however, that sometimes these 4 steps might not be as clearly defined and clear-cut in reality, and that as you master this technique, they will tend to blend into each other. So first step, observation. The very first thing to do before engaging in a conversation is to check out if both people, me and my partner, are willing and capable of communicating. What I'm talking about here are not serious discussions or not everyday chit-chat. So are our reserves of empathy at least half full? If we realize that we are not really ready for this, it's better to avoid the discussion altogether. We take a rain check, go have a run, take a rest, refill our reserve of empathy, and then come back when we are both finally able to have this conversation. But come back. If we are both ready to engage, one tells the other what brings about the conversation, the facts. You were late giving us your part on the team project that was due last week. You seem to be working a lot lately, or when you leave your socks out in the middle of the place, etc., etc. Notice that I'm talking about facts, not your personal interpretation of these facts that can lead to an escalation and lose the purpose of it. Once this is done, the partners can go to the next step. So the first step, okay, I have my empathy tank is full, we go. The second step, the two people can now work on identifying, I have trouble with this word, which feelings and emotion are at play here. Remember, this decoding effort must be done both for myself and for the person in front of me, with my empathy and self-empathy reserve. This is a waltz, not a solo performance. For example, I can say, I feel sad, excited, preoccupied, stressed, or relaxed. And he seems to feel, irritated, anxious, powerless, fulfilled. Once the feeling emotion has been identified and decoded, it's time to move on to the step 3, needs. The third steps consist in associating the feelings emotion to the underlying needs. Let me give you an example. Lately, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed by everything that's going on in the world and at my job. I feel a bit stressed out and I would like some comfort and maybe more like time with my partner. I observe that my boyfriend and I have not been spending as much time as we usually do together because he's busy with work lately. But I also know that he needs more alone time than I do. So how do I convey these two emotions and associate needs that are connection and companionship to my boyfriend? That is the fourth step of the process, the request. I could formulate my request like so. Honey, I noticed that we haven't been spending much time together lately. You know, the circumstances we're experiencing right now are a little bit hard on me. I don't know, I feel overwhelmed, stressed out by what's going on. But then on the other end, I know that you're really busy at work and that you really need your alone time. Do you think, however, that it would be possible to plan, let's say, 2 short activities together each week? We could go for a run or, I don't know, a short hike together, or make sure that we take a couple of meals together. I would really appreciate that like time together. It doesn't have to be a big planning activity, but what do you think? Okay, at this point, I've stated my requests, and I'm waiting openly for his answer. I'm not, however, expecting him to give in and say yes to everything I ask. Remember, I've made a request, not a demand. I must expect some back and forth here, like a waltz. My boyfriend could say something like, "Oh, you're right, I've been really busy lately, but I also feel that we need to spend more time together. How about we go for a hike on the mountain and have a nice supper together this weekend? Not work, promise." Or he could say, "Can it just wait another week? And after that, I'm all in with the idea." Then I take the time to explore how this makes me feel, and I say, okay, that would be fine with me. My request has allowed us to find an acceptable solution for both of us. Of course, things can change along the way, since life is unpredictable. But being able to communicate, however, gives us the advantage of being able to adapt to life's ever-changing pace and to take care of both our needs and the relationship. Remember the scarf? So those are the 4 steps: observation, feelings, mine and his or hers, needs, and requests. Over time, you'll find that the transition between these 4 steps will become less obvious. Like first, second, it will come to a whole. And you'll become more comfortable with the overall approach. I've prepared another integration exercise for you entitled, "What if I shared what's bothering me?" It will allow you to practice the 4 steps we have just illustrated. You can also use again the list of feelings and needs joined in video 5 to put the right word on it. Have a go at it and try it on with one of the people around you. Warn them that you're attempting something new and make sure that they understand that they could be in for a somewhat bumpy ride. But to shoot some self-empathy. This is the ride. So that's it for now. Thank you again for taking the time to open yourself to it. And please be patient with yourself as you learn to communicate. Remember also, the efficient and harmonious communication is a lifelong endeavor. So here's to the pleasure of meeting with you soon in the next video. Have a great day.